Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be filming a project pan for you. I've wanted to do a project pan on this channel for a very long time, but for some reason never ever got around to doing it. I went away for the weekend to my friend Vicky's and Kerry was also there, and Kerry was saying how she needed to sort of like minimise her makeup collection. She doesn't need to buy any more makeup. And I said, how about Project Pan? Or maybe she said, how about Project Pan? And I was like, yes, let's do a collab on that. Let's all three of us do that. And then for any of our viewers who are YouTubers or just viewers who want to join in, then join in and let me know in the comment box down below how you were getting on and stuff like that. So I have in front of me stuff in collections of like what I would put on my face. I want to project pan enough stuff to like make a full face. So let's just begin with foundation. I have currently 7 foundations in my collection. Admittedly, I purchased 6 of those, but they were second hand. So I actually bought a job lot of 7 foundations from my photographer friend who had used them all like once each and they were too dark for her skin. So I bought all of those off her. Some of them aren't really suitable to my skin, so I'm going to be like decluttering them probably in a different video. So if you want to see a declutter of my makeup collection, then subscribe to my channel, hit the little notification bell, and you will see that when it pops up. And then the other one foundation was given to me by my friend Vicky. So the foundation that I am choosing to project pan is this Collection Illuminating Touch foundation. It's the foundation that I've got on today. I actually am quite enjoying it. It's not too thick, but it's not as thin as I would like it to be. My face has changed. My preference to foundation has changed. So the fairest way I think of doing this, obviously because you can't really see through the glass to how much foundation that you've used, I'm going to be using this sort of micro scale which I have to weigh out herbs and spices. So with like a normal kitchen scales you tend to jump up in like 1 grams and 5 grams, and it's harder to get a more accurate reading, whereas this will do like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 grams, etc, etc. So that is currently weighing 86.8 grams on the 7th of January. I hope to come back here in exactly 4 weeks' time and reweigh all of my products to see how far I've gotten. Mascara's never really been a thing that I've had like loads and loads of duplicates of. I'm using this one currently and will do until the end of this project pan, and then it needs to be thrown away. And then this is a new one from Kiko I have that Vicky gave to me on the weekend. I wouldn't normally have like a spare backup. I'd wait till literally like a few days before I needed to get rid of this. Mascara is something that I don't use up. It's something that I turn over. I used to do it on a monthly basis, and I've also done it on like a 3-monthly basis. I'm doing it on like a bi-monthly basis at the moment. It's just for hygiene reasons really. I've had some difficulties with my eyes in the past and these can get quite grimy, and this coincides, the end of this project ban coincides thereabouts to when I need to get rid of this and start this anyway. So this one doesn't really count. But I am going to weigh it regardless just to see the difference in weight anyway. So currently that is 23 grams on the button. Next up we have eyebrows. I've got this brow gel from Primark. It's only £1. It's one of those Mascara Delios. And I've also got the Revolution Pro brow pomade in blonde. I'm going to be project panning this one because it's older in my collection, so I'm going to be using this every day for the next 4 weeks, and that's coming in at 13 grams. Next up I have 2 concealers. I don't really use concealers. I use concealers more for like correcting like big mistakes that I've made, like around my eye area or around like my lip area. I tend to take a concealer with me out in my handbag just in case, on the off chance I need to touch up my foundation. Rarely do I use these, hence why this one, all the lettering scrubbed off. So I'm going to project pan this one because it looks like it's older. It's not really a concealer that I like. It's the Collection Everlasting Delio, I think, from what I can see of what's left on the lettering. So that one's weighing in at 8 grams on the button. So we'll see how far along we get with it. I don't really think we'll get that far with it because, again, like I said, concealer's just not really something I need. Moving on next to eyeshadows. I've got 4 eyeshadow palettes, 1 eyeshadow quad, which I guess you can class as a palette, and 1 eyeshadow single. This is literally what I use all the time. Rarely do I reach for these. Okay, so this sleek palette is by far the oldest palette I have in my collection. It's the Vintage Romance 141. I've already hit pan on a lot of the colours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I've hit pan on 6 of these already. I'd love to be able to use some more of those colours up and maybe hit pan on some of the other colours. I just don't think it's possible to hit pan on something like the black because it's not something that you're going to be using on a regular basis. But nonetheless, this is the eyeshadow palette that I am going to be using until the end of this particular project pan or the update. Maybe in 4 weeks' time, I will declutter this out of my collection because it is old. I'm just interested to see how much further along I can get in 4 weeks. So that's weighing in at 100.7 grams. So next up, we're going to be moving on to blushes. So I have 4 single blushes in my collection, 1 palette, which I've sort of decanted into this Z palette, and then a blush quad. So given the time of the year and it being winter, I'm gonna try and use some more of this Urban Decay Afterglow Bittersweet blush, but I can't use this on its own. It's way too pigmented to be able to just use as a purple blush on its own. So I'm going to be trying to mix it with some of these blushes from the Barry M blusher palette, which, as you can see, has been heavily used already. So the Urban Decay blusher is coming in at 49 grams and the Barry M blusher palette is coming in at 63.2 grams. I'm going to be working on using a combination of those both for the next 4 weeks. So for my highlighter of choice, I'm going to be using this I Heart Makeup, which I think is Revolution, Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Blusher. I've had this highlighter. They say it's a blusher, it's definitely a highlight. I've had this highlighter since the dawn of all time. So very early on in my YouTube journey, I would say, I hauled this highlighter. So I've definitely hit pan on it, but there's still quite a lot of it left, and it's been in my collection for way too long. So I'm going to be using this every day for the next 4 weeks, and then after that it probably needs to go in the bin, but I'm going to see how far along I get with it anyway. So that's weighing in at 42.6 grams. So finally I will be project panning 4 purple liquid lipsticks. So purple is a colour that I sort of gravitate towards after Christmas, like Boxing Day onwards, maybe January, February sort of time. I'll lean more towards purples. All of these have been in my collection for way too long. The reason why I've got 4 rather than just project panning 1 for the next 4 weeks is I don't like to wear the same lipstick every day in a row. This one I got in 2016 when I went to IMATS with Vicky and Kerry, so there's no way on earth that that should still be in my collection. It's the NYX Transylvania. and that's coming in at 13.5 grams. The next three are Kat Von D liquid lipsticks, of which came in a set that Claire gave me ages ago. I talk about this all the time on my channel, so these are literally over their time as well. So this one is in the shade Roxy, and that's coming in at 9 grams. This shade is Echo, and that's coming in at 8.7 grams. And this shade is LUV, and that's coming in at 8.1 grams. So in 4 weeks' time, I don't know the date exactly, but I'll leave it on the screen so you know, I will come back and refilm this video with the products that I've just shown you. I will re-weigh them and see how far I've gotten, and I will decide, obviously if they're used up, will have replaced it with something else that I've got in my collection. I will then decide, if I haven't used it up, if I want to continue using it, or it's like really should be put in the bin because it's past its time. And I will also see if I want to continue with Project Pan in general. It would be fun to be able to not buy any makeup at all for the next 12 months until the end of 2020. It would be cool if I could pan 20 things in 2020. However, I will be repurchasing things like mascara, because obviously I get rid of those on a bi-monthly cycle. So there we are, guys. Those are all the things that I'm going to be project panning for the next 4 weeks. I'm really excited to get on this project pan journey and not have to buy any more makeup, just use up what I've got in the year of 2020. I will leave links to Vicky and Kerry's channels. I think Vicky is possibly doing hers on IGTV, so if I can try and link that, I will try and link that. I'm not sure if it's going to be possible. If you like this video, guys, please give it a massive thumbs up, click subscribe to my channel, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss any of my Project Pan updates in the future, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!